A day of ultimate highs, some middling expectations, and there were some disappointments. If the Commonwealth Games 2022 for India had to be summed up, probably it will go on these lines. Before I get to the wrap of what has been yet another action packed, medal filled day, I'll start out with two results which have probably stunned India. Lovelina Borgohain and Ashish Kumar have lost their boxing rounds and they are out of the medal contention. This is a big jolt if you have to look at it for Indian boxing because Lovelina Borgohain, after her success in the Tokyo Olympics 2021, was touted as one of the medal winners. Ashish Kumar also was solid and he was also expected to at least go into the medal rounds. But in a strange twist of fate, Ashish Kumar lost 1-4 and Lovelina Borgohain lost 2-3. It has not been a very good Commonwealth Games for Lovelina Borgohain. Let me be very honest for it. Even before the tournament started, there was controversy that she was suffering from mental harassment and that she had even tweeted out her frustration because her personal coach and one of the other coaches was not allowed inside the Games village because they were not given the accreditation for it. Afterwards, through some backdoor channels and all the other things, Lovelina Borgohain's request was granted. But I think the damage was done, and that is why she crashed out of the medal contention, and it will not put her in a good stead heading forward. So, that is the latest update that I've given you on boxing. And unfortunately, Ashish Kumar's loss, he too was stunned. He was on the mat wondering what went wrong. There will be questions raised, but I think we have to let that one go. And Ashish was probably unlucky, but yeah, even Bowens was landing those punches pretty badly. And of course, Ashish landed one which cut his left eye open. There was bleeding, but at the end of the day, all these decisions can go one way or the other in boxing. That is how it is. But it was a great start to the day for India with weightlifting yet again continuing India's medal march in the Commonwealth 2022 Games. Lovepreet Singh in the 109 kilo weightlifting category secured a bronze, and that increased India's medal tally to 9. However, in the space of the hockey events, India yet again showed what kind of a roller coaster journey it can be. The India women's hockey team escaped yet again against Canada. Canada has been a very tricky opposition for the India women's hockey team in the last couple of months. Remember, even in the FIH World Cup, Canada and India played out a 1-1 draw, and India somehow, some way managed to hold on, and they won on penalties. Even here, it needed a goal in the last quarter to separate India from Canada, and that's how India women's hockey team have reached the semi-finals, and now they are on the quest for ensuring that they can at least get a medal. There was no problem for the men though, as they absolutely decimated Canada 8-0. A fantastic performance from Harmanpreet Singh, Akashdeep Singh, as well as from Rohidas ensured that India are in the semi-finals along with potentially England. Because remember, if you have to finish on top, England will have to win by a massive margin in their last league game, and that India need not necessarily win by a big margin against Wales. So it was a great day if you have to look at it for hockey. Then, as the evening sessions and the night sessions progressed, there was a feeling that perhaps India might have just ensured that they had topped out on the medals tally. Judo, though, promised to be yet another surprise. And Tulika Mann, remember that name, folks, because her story is indeed remarkable. Do you know that if Tulika Mann was not given the proper selection, she would have not made it to the Commonwealth Games? One has to understand, folks, that the Judo Federation of India is de-recognized. It took a special selection panel to ensure that Tulika Mann would train for the 78 kilo category. And that is how she made the trip to Birmingham. She reached the final and was 30 seconds away from the gold medal. Now, unfortunately, Sarah Adlington, through the Ippon, in judo, remember, Ippon is the technical knockout. And when you do the Ippon in judo, along with the Waza-ari, then you are declared the winner. So Sarah Adlington won with just 30 seconds left on the clock, and Tulika Mann was unfortunately left shattered. She had gold within her sights. 30 seconds were remaining, but unfortunately, It ended in a lot of tears. She had trained very hard in Bhopal with her coach. For the past couple of months, she was really in a good frame of mind. But unfortunately, the politics and the unfortunate circumstances in the Judo Federation of India ensured that she could not get into the tournament high on confidence. One hopes that the lesson is learned for further future tournaments like the Asiad and the Olympics. Because remember, in the post match interview which she did exclusively with Sports Today, she said, if judo has to survive in India, then we have to get medals. But if we don't get the medals, then judo will die a natural death in India. And that will be a very sad day if that happens. Because remember, judo has given you 3 medals in the Commonwealth Games. Sushila Devi, Vijay Yadav, and now Tulika Man. Those 3 are your medal winners, and it's been a very decent performance when you look at it in judo. Now, as the game progressed, we had the swimmers, Adwaita Page and Kushagra Rawat in the 1500 meter swimming event. They finished 7th and 8th. It was not a good show. Sanket Dalal, what happened in boxing? Okay, I am coming to the boxing bit now, Sanket Dalal. So listen to what has happened. The day started brilliantly, but it has ended on a very poor note. Neetu Gangas and Muhammad Husamuddin have ensured that India get a medal in boxing. On top of that, Nikhat Zareen also put in a great performance, and that is why 3 players have assured India of the medal. Remember those names: Neetu Gangas, Mohammad Husamuddin, and Nikhat Zareen. However, the day ended on a very bad note with Lovlina Borgohain and Ashish Kumar all losing. So they are out of the medal contention. Tomorrow, however, there will be more medal contentions for India. Because remember, along with weightlifting, boxing is going to be one of the major events that will give you a lot of medals. Anup Konor, okay, let us just say, okay, always remember in boxing, the decisions can go 50-50. It can be on a technical ground, it can be on what the judges observe. And remember, most of the judges are from third world countries. They are not necessarily from England. So to level that allegation is really problematic. Boxing, if you remember, even in the 2014 Asiad, when one of our Indian athletes did not get the right decision, she threatened to boycott it. Same happened with Mary Kom, but that is how the nature of boxing is, Phoenix. You cannot ignore that. Judges can interpret it on several grounds. There are several factors involved in the boxing ranking point system. TKO, knockout, decision based on points, split decision. You have to respect all that. And that is why it is a very important thing that you should not get ruffled. Take it on the chin and move on. That is how the nature of the beast is. It's unfair, but that is how boxing is in India and in the world. We have to live with that. Now, as weightlifting neared its end, Gurdeep Singh in the 109 plus category had a fantastic exhibition of weightlifting. He created a new games record and was on course to secure a gold medal after the clean and jerk event. He hit 390 kilos. But in a magnificent exhibition by Pakistan's Bhatti, he lifted 405 kilos and pipped Gurdeep Singh's dream. And that's why Gurdeep Singh had to end with bronze. So it was yet another case of missed opportunity when it came to weightlifting. But Gurdeep Singh can be proud of the fact that he at least secured that medal. It was not easy considering that Pakistan's Bhatti, he was an absolute beast and he managed to lift 405 kilos combined. A salute to one of Pakistan's best weightlifters at this point in time. I have talked about hockey, I have talked about weightlifting, I have talked about boxing, I have even focused on swimming. The para-athletes also, let's not forget lawn bowls. Mridul Borgohain defeated Scotland's Ian McLean. And even the women's doubles pairs also defeated the Niue Islands. But very surprisingly, they tied with South Africa 16-16. Para games are also going on, Rahul Bide, side by side. I do agree with that. We did have the Indian table tennis para Olympian who had secured gold. Bhavina Patel has advanced. So that is one good thing. Bhavina Patel in table tennis has advanced. But unfortunately, the other results did not go our way in para table tennis. So that is one good and mixed news there. But I am reserving the best for high jump. Today, Tejaswin Shankar had plenty riding on his shoulders. Why is that? 3 days to go for the Commonwealth Games. How will an athlete feel if he said, "You are going to the Commonwealth Games"? Oh no, perhaps you're not. Maybe you might be going, maybe you are going, maybe you might not be going. How can one athlete focus? And he admitted in one of the publications that perhaps I may have to watch the Commonwealth Games on TV. Suddenly, with 3 4 days to go, he's been told, go to the games. The Federation Cup was your ultimate qualifying criteria when you had to, when you did that. Yet, the benchmark was pushed in the case of Tejaswin Shankar. Now, how do you cope up with it? Simple, by winning a medal. Tejaswin Shankar won the bronze medal and was India's first medal in the Commonwealth Games 2022 in athletics. Looking at the circumstances that was created by the AFI, looking at the confusion that was created in the case of Tejaswin Shankar, this medal is simply magnificent. And that is why this was one of the best days that we had when it comes to the high jump. Forget everything else. The circumstances beyond which he achieved that medal was simply sensational. And by the way, there was one more interest in high jump. Brandon Stark is the main reason. Why Brandon Stark? He's the brother of Mitchell Stark. He did start out in cricket and Aussie rules football. He did want to play cricket with Mitchell. But unfortunately, he chose the high jump. And he put up a super performance, winning silver. So that was one update, and there was even more glory for cricket lovers. The India women's team hammered Barbados by 100 runs and they sealed their spot in the semi-finals along with Australia. Who will they play in the semi-final? Well, tomorrow you will come to know when England take on New Zealand. The winner, India will face the winner of that game. Australia will take on the loser of the England-New Zealand game. So that is how it is. Renuka Singh, a fantastic haul of 4 for 10. This Himachal Pradesh youngster has shown that she is simply one of the best in the business now. 9 wickets in total. So, her spell of seam and swing and pace is simply sensational. And you have to also remember that Jemima Rodriguez got a 50 after 21 international innings. It was a sad way for a West Indies legend to end though. Deandra Doughton was bowled for 0. But she will always be remembered as the trailblazer who changed Windies women's cricket. And we salute her for that. You cannot challenge the boxing decision, Arpit. If you have to challenge it, it will take a lot of time. So unfortunately, again, jabs with full force. Again, it does not rely on how quick it is. If your opponent can even dodge by even a slight margin, the point can go to him. That is how the nature of the beast is. Boxing is not an easy sport to judge. Margins, fine margins. Yes, it did look biased. Yes, it might be biased. But if we can understand the scoring system and we can understand the nuances of how boxing is, then no challenge is there. So, Phoenix, it's really, you mentioned it, no challenge option. So, best place is to be biased. After all, last round was not all final. Manish, the discussions for all related to boxing will drag on. Ashish Kumar himself could not believe it. But history has shown that there have been many, many decisions that have not been favorable. So, live with it. That is, we can say. So, we have come to an end for an action-packed medals day. And J-Zop, which is India's next medal event? Well, tomorrow, there are not many medal events because weightlifting has come to an end. Tomorrow, badminton will continue with the singles and the doubles events. There will be more boxing medal assurances. Perhaps Rohit Tokas or Amit Pangal could do it. But the major event will be in the night. Murli Srishankar could win India's first gold in the Commonwealth Games 2022 athletics when he does the long jump. Remember, Tejaswin Shankar got the high jump bronze, but Murli Srishankar is a great candidate for gold. Why? Because his participation in the World Athletics Championship was actually good and it has put him in a good frame of mind. So remember, that is your one medal that might come tomorrow. The rest of the events, it's a rather slow day when it comes to medals for India. But let us understand, India are in a good position. We have ended weightlifting on an ultimate high with the best medal haul We won 9 medals in the 2018 Gold Coast Commonwealth Games in weightlifting. We have ended with 10 in weightlifting. So kudos to the entire weightlifting regiment. Judo, it has been fantastic. Lawn bowls is charting a whole new course altogether, and we might get more medals thanks to Mridul Borgain and the dynamic four ladies who really do a great job. Lovely Chobe, Nayanmoni Saikia, then Pinky and Ruparani Tirki. All these four women could trace much more history for India in the lawn bowls events, whether it be in mixed, whether it is in doubles, whether it is in the fours, whether it's in men, we all will know what will happen. So it was yet another mixed day, and I'm not mentioning all the others. Like Purnima, unfortunately, did not get a medal in boxing. She could not manage her last clean and jerk bouts, and that's why this time boxers are very disappointing. Short videos, actually, no. They are actually doing a decent job. Weightlifting today, weightlifting schedule, please. Weightlifting is over, Sumit. It's all done. Lovepreet Singh won the bronze, Gurdeep won the bronze, and you have to understand that every other bronze medal events or silver medal events were won. Squash, let me just end it also with squash. History was created by Saurav Ghoshal, a very mild man who has set expectations pretty low. Remember, in the history of the Commonwealth Games, he's never won the individual medal, but today he's secured bronze. The tears that were coming and the way how he celebrated emotionally, it showed how much it meant for him. Saurav Ghoshal's bronze has put him in a good frame of mind heading into the mixed doubles and the doubles in squash. Joshna Chinnappa is there because Joshna Chinnappa lost in the singles, unfortunately, that continued India's medal quest in squash. But we can proudly say that Saurav Ghoshal will be the first Indian male player to win a medal in squash in the Commonwealth Games. He has done well in the Asiad, but Commonwealth Games gold is simply brilliant. Commonwealth Games bronze rather, sorry. A big salute to Saurav Ghoshal. So thank you so much folks for joining us on all the updates that we gave in the Commonwealth Games. We will be back tomorrow with more updates, and that is why subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. We'll be back tomorrow with all the updates on the Commonwealth. Press the like, comment and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And Rahul Bide, when are the wrestling events going to begin? On August 5. That will be another lot of medals which are coming. So good night. Enjoy India's success, especially Tejaswin, Tulika and Saurav Ghoshal. It is a very good feeling indeed. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night. Vanakkam.